Okay, I have 3:31, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We do have a quorum. My name's Abby Shelton. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Owensboro, and this is the first public hearing for the Citizens Advisory Committee. And we are going to review the agenda, go over some minutes, and then look at the action plan for the new year. So you do have in front of you the May 5th, 2025 minutes from the Citizens Advisory Committee. If you could please review that, and I'll entertain a motion to approve. Thank you, Cecil. Do I have a second? Thank you, Bruce. Any further discussion or corrections, deletions? All right. All in favor of approval signify by the sign of aye. All right, thank you. So I have a short presentation, and I want to thank you guys for serving on the committee. Rafe Buckner, Bruce Haupt, Daisy James, Joanne Kendall, Bobby McCormick, Ann Mulligan, and Titus Willis. I think Titus said he was going to be here. He's just, I guess, running a little late. So we are a huge staff of two. Evan Gogol is right here. He's our housing and grant coordinator. He handles the CDBG side now, our existing homeowner exterior rehabs, and then he'll start doing the downspout removal and stuff like that. And I handle the home side with the down payment assistance. So the Monarch NRSA started last year. It'll go to 2029, effectively 2030. And of course, you know, the structure of the plan is driven by engagement, citizen engagement needs assessment, market assessment. Strategies and goals are placed into that plan to make an annual action plan, which is what we're here to review. We receive Community Development Block Grant and Home Partnership Funds, and those are our federal side that we use to implement our programming. We have not gotten the 2026 income limits yet, but you can see the average income limit for 4 people in a family is to qualify, you have to be below $68,950, and that's effective from 1 person to 8-person household. So we're here this afternoon to review some of the projects that we've been doing in the Monarch NRSA, and this NRSA focuses on the boundaries of Clay Street, 9th Street, 2nd Street, and Dixie Court in Owensboro, effectively to the river, 9th Street to the river. And we hope to increase homeownership, promote economic growth, preserve the unique character of the neighborhood since it is an older neighborhood, and address housing affordability and community safety. That is the boundary map for the Monarch NRSA, and you can see it's a pretty medium-sized area. And our proposed initiatives, which we have implemented, housing rehabilitation, we're looking at some mixed-use projects. We will do some utility work, including sewer extension, and removing some of those properties that are in the county off septic systems and hooking them on, and also look at downspout removal. And then we will do down payment assistance for first-time home buyers with those federal funds. Outcomes, of course, we want to increase homeownership, support business development, increase community safety and the perception of safety, and then create an economically stable community. So far, we've had 55 projects submitted for implementation. That includes Community Catalyst grants as well as the federal side of our grants. And we have a private investment of $413,000. A public investment is $837,000. Our total right now is $1.2 million. Our budget for 2026-2027, when you look at how many projects we're going to do, they're spaced out, of course, over the course of 5 years. We have 110 budgeted for administration, 212 for exterior rehab, 17,100 for downspout removal, and I will say that we are working with RWRA to get our RFP done so we can get that project rolling this year. And then public facilities, which is the sewer system extension that probably won't take place for another 2 or 3 years because we're still working on getting those properties annexed. And then we will have some commercial facades, and we are actually going to focus on the 4th Street corridor where the is it called Dispo and the oven, You know what I'm talking about? That whole corridor to try to improve the facades along 4th Street. Our home budget is, of course, there's no projects for administration. $27,000 for home administration. Community Housing Development Organization. Of course, we have that partnership with Habitat for Humanity, and we will be building homes over there. They are still working on getting their plans together for those homes, and then surveying and making sure we know what types of homes they're going to place on those properties over by the old hospital. And then we do have our down payment assistance program. $90,000 is set aside for that. Of course, if we go over, that's just a ballpark. So $217,000 in total for the home budget, hopefully with a private match of $742,000. So this is just an idea of what we hope to have. As you can see, private match is budgeted at 3.8, and we're pretty close to that already, so I would assume that we're going to roll over that. And then, of course, on the federal side, we have 3.1 budgeted and 211 projects for that area. Our local community catalyst grant program, the City Commission has put $500,000 aside for those programs. We'll have a single-family rental rehab reimbursement program up to $4,000. It is 100% matching. We have a single-family new build program. How many dollars are we putting per square foot? Rehab is 25 and new build is 35. Is that right? Okay. He helps me with that. My brain's just getting old. And then we do have a 50-50 demo program up to $10,000. So we pay $5. The developer pays $5. So in a nutshell, the outcomes, we hope to see increased PVA values, not counting what the average is for each year for the assessments, if that happens over there, but it's just an increase in facade or, putting money into those homes to make them sustainable. Let's see, I'm not going to go over the numbers, but we hope to have 4.2 in public investment and $5 million in private investment for a total of 9, and that does include the community catalyst grants. So that's really all I have. Do you guys have any questions for me? Don't forget to hit your little button on your microphone, please. No questions. You guys are a quiet group. All right. Well, we'll have an open public forum then if anybody would like to stand up and talk. Please state your name and address for the record if you don't mind.
Billy McCarthy, 9154 Highway 405 Maceo.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a resident of Hornsboro, but I have been in the past, but I figure, now I don't even know if I'm at the right meeting. I just figure I'd come because it said community development. So tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Sure.
I thought it would be a good idea if Owensboro had a running track, like a quarter-mile running track. I know the Owensboro Middle School, and I think maybe some other schools have a running track. Now, I say this because I know people run on the green belt, and there's a con into that is because you park a vehicle and you do your running and you're far away from your vehicle, and then of course it depends what time of day you run, some people may deem it unsafe because you're not, some of the parts of the green belt, you're not really around the city part. You may be out where it's wooded. And I figure at least the running track, if it was somewhere, because like I said, I think a running track, a quarter-mile running track was Owensboro Middle School, and I believe there might be a few other schools, but any other tracks that may be indoors at a gym, you would have to pay a membership for. And I figure that since regular adult citizens don't have access to the school property to run, to get exercise, and they may not want to pay for a membership to a gym, that a running track would be great for regular citizens who want to get in shape. Because what I've seen lately, there is a tremendous amount of fast food and other restaurants that are popping up. And I don't know if Owensboro is trying to reclaim the fast food capital of the world is what we were known for before. But and I'm trying to make a joke here, but it seems like every time that there's a bar or a restaurant opens up, it seems that there's also a doctor's office opens up at the same time. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. But I just thought, I don't know. I've got on the PVA office or website, and I haven't brought it with me because like I said, I didn't know if this is the right place to present it. But I've seen, I printed it out, but there is, I think, like 24 large vacant lots that's in Owensboro that just for a quick scan that I've seen, there's probably more that has been vacant for years. And not only, I mean, I figure that might be able to be turned into like a running track. But also another thing I thought of is these vacant lots, like I said, 24 that I counted just for a quick scan, it could be more, but these 24 vacant lots could be turned into development for affordable housing. Like I said, I really wish I would have brought it along, but I didn't. But is this the right place to even bring that up for like a city, or like a running track?
Well, that's not my department, but I can most definitely take that information and to our Parks Department, Amanda Rogers, and my email is abby.shelton@owensboro.org. If you want to pass along those parcels, I'm happy to do that and send that to her.
Right. Because another thing I was thinking is the Summer Olympics is going to be in LA in 2028. So I figure if they had a running track here, maybe they could have set up some more events or activities. They might encourage competition from maybe the tri-state area. They would put teams together to do like their own Summer Olympics. So it could bring in tourism dollars, whatever. But yeah, that's all I was wanting to say. I just thought it might be a good idea to have a public running track.
Sure.
Because another thing I thought is, like Legion Park and Moreland Park, you got the walking trails, but people who want to get out and run, you have the risk of people who are walking, and they might have dogs on the trail, so you really ain't got a chance to really get out and run, because I know the quarter-mile tracks are measured, so you know exactly what the distance is around the track. But if you try to go and run around the walking trails, it's just an inconvenience for someone who likes to get out and exercise. That you're running around people, you might scare them going around, or they're walking a dog, you might trip over the dog or something like that. So if it had just a regular public running track, I think a lot of people would visit it and hopefully get exercise and get out of the restaurants and onto the running track.
Sure. Well, I appreciate your comments. We will pass those along. Does anybody have anything else to offer or add? All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Second, thank you. Bobby and Rafe, everybody in favor signify by the sign of aye. I appreciate it, you guys. I will be in touch for the next meeting. You'll get your paperwork through email and then snail mail. And then if there's anything in the meantime that you need from me, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.